Alright, today we're going to go over 10 more awesome PS4 games worth owning before they go up more in price. We've got mostly 3D platformers and some Zelda likes today. We're going to start with one called SKULLY, which is a 3D action platformer featuring a reanimated skull navigating 18 levels across 7 ecosystems. Using clay transformations such as golems to solve puzzles and fight enemies. The game involves rolling, jumping, and utilizing different forms to navigate a strange paradise. It is one of the most unique platformers I've ever played. Controlling what is essentially just a ball was a bit scary at first, since I feared the mechanics would be more difficult. Don't get me wrong, the game is very difficult, but that doesn't change the fact that it controls very well, and almost every death and fall was my fault. If you are someone who enjoys torturing themselves by trying to collect everything and 100% games, then this one is for you. OKAMI is a critically acclaimed action-adventure game where players control Amaterasu, the Japanese sun goddess in the form of a white wolf, to restore life to a cursed land. Its unique wash art style, inspired by Japanese folklore, and the celestial brush mechanic, which allows players to paint on the world to solve puzzles and attack enemies. This is central to its identity. This game plays very similar to the older 3D Zelda games. This game is just so beautiful and more people need to try it, especially since it is getting a sequel sometimes in the next decade or so. This game already went up in price once when that got announced, so you might as well go buy this before it gets pricey again. The SMURFS Mission VILEAF is a 3D platformer video game where players control Smurfette, Hefty, Brainy, and Chef to stop Gargamel's evil VILEAF plant from taking over the forest. Using Handy Smurf's Smurfvisor tool, players heal corrupted plants and overcome obstacles in 5 worlds, with gameplay mixing platforming and exploration. This game was such a big surprise. I've always been a fan of the original Smurfs cartoon, but that doesn't mean I had high hopes for this. I figured it was just a cheap, licensed cash grab, but it is actually an incredible platformer, and it even got a sequel, which I still need to play soon. This game is great for completionists. No, I don't mean thieves that like to, promise charities something and then do something else with the money. I mean people who like to actually 100% games. It has tons of things to do and collect to get to that point, and I hope you enjoy torturing yourself along the way. Journey to the Savage Planet is a first-person co-op action-adventure game where you play as an employee of Kindred Aerospace, tasked with exploring the alien planet RE-26 to see if it's fit for human habitation. The gameplay involves exploring colorful biomes, scanning and cataloging alien flora and fauna, fighting creatures, and upgrading gear like a rocket pack and laser pistol to access new areas. The game is known for its upbeat tone, humor, and satirical take on corporate exploration, with a mystery to uncover about previous visitors to the planet. I usually am not a fan of FPS games at all, especially when they have a lot of exploration and platforming, since I am terrible at those kinds of games. But I still had a ton of fun with this one, even though I have not beat it yet. The humor is great, the visuals are very nice. I just wish I was better at games like this so I could eventually roll credits. Maybe one day. I need to practice first-person shooter games. Maybe I'll practice with some really basic boomer shooters one day, because those are pretty fun, but until then. KROMAIA Omega is a high-octane 3D bullet hell shoot 'em up featuring intense fast-paced action, 6 degrees of freedom, and adaptive AI. It offers 4 unique ships, multiple game modes, story, score attack, pure mode, and even local co-op, with a focus on chaotic, visually striking combat against large bosses. This is similar to Star Fox in some ways. Each level is practically an open world where you can just go around shooting randomly, or you could follow the waypoints that are given to you by the game and actually make enough progress to get to the boss fights, which are insane and very impressive. I cannot get over the boss fight that I encountered in my time of getting footage for this game. It was very intense and just so awesome. I really need to hurry up and beat this game. It's a lot of fun. Highly, highly recommend it since literally no one talks about it. Mortal Shell. Mortal Shell is a challenging action RPG known for its Souls-like gameplay, which involves precise combat, exploration, and a unique shell mechanic, where you inhabit the bodies of fallen warriors. It's praised for its atmosphere and core mechanics, but criticized for its short length, which I don't get. I mean, the shorter the game is, the better in my opinion. I am so sick of games lasting hundreds of hours. Like, just be done with that crap. Make them less than 10 hours, please. I would be so happy. And it also has limited content compared to genre giants, though a sequel is in development, so they're probably going to make it a lot bigger and all that crap, so I'm probably not going to like the sequel at all. But I still need to get around to playing this one, because I suck at Souls-like games and I really need to put more time into it. This is one that I've barely put any time into. As you can tell by my gameplay footage, it was awful. I just really wanted to mention this game since people love Souls-like games, and this one doesn't get mentioned much, if any. So here you go. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the COWABUNGA collection, is a compilation that bundles 13 of the classic TMNT games from the 1989 to 1994 era. Wow, that's just an incredible thing about right there, because I mean, that's a 5-year span that they came out with over 13 TMNT games. Not all of them were perfect, obviously, but like, that's so cool. 5 years, 13 games, beautiful. I wish things were still like that. Okay, it includes arcade, NES, SNES, and Genesis titles like Turtles in Time and Tournament Fighters and stuff like that. It features modern enhancements like online play, save states, and rewind, and it's even available on modern consoles and PC. So you can finally play all these wonderful retro games in modern times. This offers a very nostalgic trip through the franchise's popular 80s and 90s cartoon-based games. This is the perfect game for any Turtles fan. It has some of the best beat-em-ups ever made, and I look forward to playing through every single one that I can. I probably won't spend much time on the Game Boy games or the Tournament Fighter games and stuff like that, but I'll definitely play through all of the really good beat-em-ups for sure. And then I'll just dabble in the other games that I don't want to finish. But yeah. Speaking of TMNT, here we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants in Manhattan, which is a hack-and-slash action game featuring cel-shaded graphics, inspired by the IDW comics. Players control the 4 turtles in a 4-player online co-op or single-player mode, battling enemies like Bebop and Rocksteady to defeat Shredder and Krang in New York City. The game received mixed reviews, praised for its fun combat and boss fights, but criticized for repetition, and was delisted from digital stores in 2017, likely due to really awesome licensing issues. This one is already climbing in price thanks to that, so if you ever see it on the wild, you should definitely grab it. Ari and the Secret of Seasons is a 3D action-adventure game where you play as Ari, a young girl who can manipulate seasons to solve puzzles, fight enemies, and explore the world of Valdi. It features a fantasy world, environmental puzzles, and combat, but received mixed reviews due to technical issues and simplistic combat. Despite its promising premise, it definitely does have some pretty basic combat, but other than that, it is a very fun, competent Zelda-like game. that more people should actually give a shot. It's nice, short, and sweet, so you should definitely try it out if you like Zelda and haven't yet. KROMAIA, Bridge of Spirits, is an action-adventure game following a young spirit guide named KROMAIA as she helps spirits move on by cleansing a corrupted world with the help of small spirit companions called the Rot. Known for its stunning visuals inspired by animation, it combines fast-paced combat, exploration, and puzzle solving. Drawing comparisons to Zelda and Pikmin, this game is surprisingly getting a sequel that looks incredible. It looks like they took everything they learned from this game and just built upon that and made everything even better for the sequel. I was very surprised to hear that they are making a sequel. I really liked the first game, but had no idea it did well enough to get a sequel. I mean, I never hear people talk about it. I'm really glad it did, though. That's definitely one of my most anticipated titles for this year now, and I really hope it gets a hard release date soon. But with that being said, that is going to be the last one of today, and I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all later.